In 2020, the U.S. Supreme Court is set to rule on several cases involving the financial records of President Donald Trump and the Trump Organization, which have been demanded by Democrats investigating corruption and foreign meddling in the U.S. elections. White House correspondent Patsy Widakuswara takes a look back at the cases involving the president's businesses and how he tries to shield his finances from scrutiny.
2019 was marked by a number of court cases seeking access to Trump's financial records through subpoenas from Congress and New York prosecutors. In 2020, the Supreme Court will hear 3 of those cases with arguments scheduled for March.
What it really means is trying to find out where Trump's money is, how much he's really worth, to learn a little bit more about the bankruptcies, how he does business, and whether or not he's being honest and forthright with the American people.
Opposition Democrats have long demanded Trump's tax returns to see if he has conflicts of interest from dealing with foreign actors, whether he cheated on his taxes, and whether he benefited from his 2017 tax reform plan.
Show us the tax returns.
Meanwhile, lawsuits allege the Trump International Hotel in Washington violates the anti-bribery or emoluments clause.
Saudi Arabia holding a big gala event at the Trump International Hotel, so the president knows they did it. So that raises the exact concern that the framers, the original authors of the Constitution, were worried about, which is, are foreign governments currying favor with the president by giving him gifts?
When he took office, Trump broke norms and refused to divest from his businesses. He denies using the presidency for personal interests and continues to use his properties for political purposes. In the third quarter of 2019 alone, fundraisers at Trump Properties raised $125 million for the Trump 2020 campaign and Republican National Committee.
I have a lot of hotels all over the place, and people use them because they're the best.
In September, critics lashed out at Vice President Mike Pence for staying at the Trump resort during his official visit to Ireland. And in October, after fierce pushback, Trump abandoned plans to host the 2020 G7 summit at his Miami resort. That same month, the Trump Organization said it is considering selling the leasing rights of the Trump Hotel in Washington, partly because of ethics concerns. But the hotel is located in a building owned by the General Services Administration, a federal agency. The sale may create further conflict of interest.
There's no firewall right now between the White House and the General Services Administration, so that could raise questions about potential self-dealing.
In November, Trump paid $2 million to settle a lawsuit alleging he misused funds raised by his charity to promote his presidential campaign.